Good morning, everyone. Who wants to be the 2022 Mind of the Year? I hope you guys are ready. So guys, I am the mind behind Mind, the program coordinator for all things short-term insurance at Milpark Education, and the question master extraordinaire as dubbed by the CII last year, Marissa Grindling. Thank you. You can hold the applause. This would be so much better if this was live, but here we are. So guys, as you know, MIND stands for Milpark Insurance Nerd Day. It was born out of, a little bit of my insanity, and also International Insurance Nerd Day, which is held on the 18th of July each year. And if something has a whole day dedicated to it, you know it is very, very serious. Today, we also celebrate Mandela Day, where we are dedicated ourselves to making a difference in our communities. As an insurance professionals, in my humble opinion, we change the world on a daily basis to make the world better for our clients and for their families by providing exceptional advice and to ensure that they are correctly covered against risks and contingencies. Daysoftheyear.com notes that one of the best ways to appreciate insurance nerds like ourselves is to thank them for what they do. So on behalf of Milpark, and I am sure I speak for our partners, the Insurance Institute of South Africa and the Chartered Insurance Institute, I want to thank each and every one of you, not just for joining us in this celebration, but for everything that you do each and every day for our clients and in creating a professional industry. Mandela said, young people must take it upon themselves to ensure that they receive the highest education possible so that they can represent us well in the future as future leaders. Which is why we at Milpark are so incredibly passionate about what we do by not merely teaching insurance, but by laying down foundations in our educational journey to create ethical and professional professionals. Pioneer State Mutual in the United States founded Insurance Nerd Day, and it is intended to break the boring stigma that comes with people when they think about insurance, to create awareness and to boost interest in the insurance industry. A while ago, I presented a CPD session on why we are never bored in the insurance industry, for which I also wrote a horrendous poem. So if you did not see that, please do yourself a favor if you need a good laugh and go look at it on the School of Financial Planning and Insurance LinkedIn page. It came down to whatever you are passionate about, that you can live out that passion in the insurance industry. Because let's be honest, by myself maybe, no one leaves school and say, I want to work in insurance. And although I would love that to change, so many fancy professions like attorneys, CAs, accountants, engineers, and of course actuaries have very fulfilling careers in the industry. Other more specific roles are of course claims administrators, underwriters, call center agents, and entrepreneurial brokers. So whether you are into investigating things like CSI, building things like Bob the Builder, ships like Captain Jack Sparrow, planes like Maverick, finances like The Pursuit of Happiness, or the law like Legally Blonde or the epic Harvey Specter, there is something for you in insurance. So guys, if we do get a little bit more serious for our competition today, you're all registered on our website. So please log into that website now. On your cell phone, it can work on the desktop as well, but then you won't see my beautiful face and the leaderboard. So please log in there. Sorry about that. The website is insurancenerdday.com. It is in the chat box at the moment as well. Your questions will appear under the Compete tab, and we will start in a few minutes. But please multitask and get that going. There is also a forgot your password button, so if you forgot your password, it will only take a few seconds to reset. So if you need to do that, you can start doing that now. I read a joke the other day which explains the insurance industry perfectly, which I want to share with you. So an actuary, an underwriter, and an insurance salesperson is riding in a car. The salesperson has their foot on the gas. The underwriter has their foot on the brake. And the actuary is looking out the back window and telling them where to go. So guys, for today, we will be doing 3 rounds. So like the Grand Prix qualifying, sorry, my husband, who is also the IT mastermind behind mine, got me hooked. Team Leclerc all the way. We will start nice and easy in round 1, and then we will spiral up as we go along, with the questions getting more and more complex. So the top 20 of round 1 will go on to round 2, and the top 10 will go through to round 3. So for our competition, we will be doing multiple choice questions. You can pick the correct answer and click submit. You will have 30 seconds to answer each question, but very importantly, also remember that should there be a tiebreaker, the fastest overall time will be the winner. I see there's some people that still want to register. Let me see if I can ask the IT Mastermind. IT Mastermind? The IT Mastermind is quickly opening registrations. So I will start talking very, very slowly from this point forwards to give you guys some time to quickly go and register on the website. Okay, so guys, get those fingers warmed up, because the fastest time will win. I'll talk slowly. So guys, round 1 is then roughly based on things that you might learn in Milpark's higher certificate in short-term insurance. So this is then our entry-level qualification, which is also the compliance qualification that is accredited by the Financial Services Conduct Authority to be a full representative in the industry in the qualification criteria. So I'm going to extend my speech now. So to be a full representative in the insurance industry, there's various timelines that you need to adhere to. So within the first year of coming into the industry, you will need to obtain your COB, which is your class of business, obviously, which Milpark also gives you if you want to do that. So we have our COB in personal lines and our COB in commercial lines, which is 100% aligned to the module outcomes of the Financial Services Conduct Authority. So that is then within a year, and then within 2 years you need to get your RE5 exam done, which we also offer phenomenal preparation courses on, so that is also available. Are you guys almost there? Okay, so guys, our higher certificate is also accredited by the IISA and the CII. With the IISA, you can receive your licensure designation, or LIISA, and with the CII, it counts for recognition of prior learning, and you will get an international certificate and the designation Cert CII. So guys, in this initial journey with us, we aim to equip our students with the basic knowledge needed to advise clients appropriately in whichever direction they wish to study, with a variety of electives. So our electives include Introduction to Underwriting, Business Management, Engineering, Construction, Marine Aviation, and I hope I didn't miss one now. I think I did. And Relationship Management. Skilla, we will start now. You can just click on the compete button. Okay. So guys, I think we're going to close the registrations now. And then without further ado, may the best mind win. Here we go. Okay, I need to share my screen now. Hold on. Okay. Round 1, question 1. The compete button is right at the top. I can't, yeah. What insurance principle is called into action when a client has dual insurance on an indemnity policy? Dum dum, dum dum. 20 seconds. Okay, I see a few people don't see the compete button. It is right at the top. Let me just inform the question IT master. It's a Calvin that doesn't see it. Okay. So guys, that is correct, and 66.7% of you got that correct, and I see currently on the leaderboard our winner of Mine 2021 is taking the lead. Welcome back, Faith. We're so happy to see you here. So guys, it is then called contribution, and it is directly linked to the principle on indemnity in that a client cannot be placed in a better position than before a claim. So to explain this, let us consider you sitting at your cell phone company, Vodacom, MTN, wherever you are, and getting your latest and greatest new cell phone, of which you are so super excited about. You're definitely not listening at all to what they are saying and ticking all the boxes and signing as fast as possible to get out of there and to go play with your new phone. You are also, though, very responsible, and on leaving Vodacom, you inform your insurer to also put it on your personal policy, but at Vodacom, they tick the insurance boxy there for you. Okay. So as Murphy, of course, will have it 3 months later, someone steals your phone and you inform your insurer that your cell phone has been stolen. But Vodacom and the insurer has insured it, and both of them insured it for exactly the same replacement value. Let's call it 10,000 Rand. But since you, because of the principle of indemnity, you cannot make a profit. So the Vodacom insurance or MTN insurance and your normal insurer will share the claim proportionately, because they cannot give you 2 cell phones back because of indemnity. So guys, since we are on round 1, this is still an easy one, so each one will pay 5,000, but it is proportional. So if one may be insured for 12,000, they would carry a little bit higher proportion. Let me just see. Okay. There's some people that say they can't see the compete button. Okay, the compete button is on the insurancenerdday.com website. Okay, I think that's the problem. Okay, yeah. The link isn't here, it's on a separate website. Let me quickly paste it again. It's only one question, so you guys can still make up time if you've registered. There. Thank you, Gisela. Simela. Okay. You guys ready? Okay. Question 2. Which of the following is not a settling method through which indemnity can be achieved? Ten seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done, 92% of you guys got it right. So that in insurance, we cannot reissue anything. Should documents or anything of that kind be lost or damaged, we will most probably pay out cash in lieu, as a client can only get back the materials of the specific document. So for instance, if it's building plans or those type of things, we can pay for the materials, but not for the content itself. Okay. So question 3. If someone drives into the back of your car and causes an accident, that person is referred to as the third party. Who is the second party? 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is correct. The insurer is the second party and the client will be known as the first party. So after 3 questions, Sumit is at the top. Alreen is second, but merely because of 6 seconds. Game on, Alreen. And Shanrai is in third positions, up a position. Ooh, this is so exciting. Okay, let's go on. Question 4. What principle refers to the right of one party to stand in the place of another and take up the latter's legal rights against a third party? Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is correct. 93% of you guys got it right. It is contribution. So, contribution, subrogation, sorry. And it is when one party, the insurer, stands in the place of the insured to take legal matters further. This is also why it is then so important to never admit to liability when something like this happens. So guys, this does make me think of another joke. So when the insurance salesperson and her husband, so this actually, it sounds exactly like me. So let's call it me and my husband. We're driving to a friend's house and suddenly our brakes fail. I tell my husband, brace yourself and please try to hit something cheap. Okay. Larissa says her heart has palpitations. Okay. So guys, question 5. What party has the reverse onus of proof in a claim? Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The correct answer is A. The insurer has the reverse onus of proof for a claim. So the onus of proof lies with the insured. So if you have a claim, you have to prove that whatever loss occurred, that peril is then specifically covered by the policy that you have. But if the insurer alleges that an exclusion applies, which is then called the reverse onus of proof, they have to prove that. Okay, so as you can see, the questions are getting trickier and trickier. So Roshna took the lead, Sumit in second, and Tian in third. So on to question 6. What reinsurance program cedes proportionately, simultaneously, and automatically with the liability of the cedant? Read carefully. That is correct, and half of you got that question right. The correct answer is indeed a quota share treaty. It's not quota share facultative. Sorry about that. Quota share is then indeed the most proportional of all the treaties. So together with surplus insurance, it is one of the 2 proportional treaties available in the market. A quota share works on a percentage basis, and that if you cede, for example, 80% to the reinsurer will automatically receive 80% of all the premiums, but will also be responsible for 80% of all the claims. So question 7. What term refers to the movement of land on which a building is erected due to the movement in underground workings? Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The correct answer is then subsidence. So subsidence refers to the movement in the underground workings, whether it is from the soil composition itself, like dolomite, that creates sinkholes, or mining operations. Subsidence and landslip cover is usually accompanied by a very hefty deductible. Landslip, landslide is when you see the things moving off a mountain, for instance. Okay. So, Roshan is still at the top, Sumit in second, and Alreen is retained a place there in third. So, question 8. What principle refers to a situation where all cargo owners in maritime law jointly share any damage or losses that occur as a result of sacrifice to save the whole? Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, 50% of you got it right. The correct answer is indeed general average. And that is where maritime losses are shared. So to explain this, if you consider a big cargo ship, on the ship is hundreds and hundreds of containers, all of them with various owners. So if the captain of the ship declares an emergency and has to throw some cargo overboard, so if the ship is too heavy and they're going through rocky waters and they need to make the ship lighter so it doesn't go too deep, all the other cargo owners will come together and share the losses of those cargo owners' containers that were thrown overboard. Okay, so that will be worked out on percentage basis, and it is actually a very, very it's a very legal matter. Marine insurance is very much a legal matter. Let me just see here. Some people say they can't submit. So if you're on a cell phone, it's underneath the question. Okay. Okay. So question 9. What cost in business interruption varies in direct proportion to the turnover? Is it A, revenue, B, uninsured cost, C, turnover, or D, insured cost? Ten seconds. So the correct answer is indeed uninsured cost. So this is things like purchases and packaging in a manufacturing risks. These are the costs that a client won't have to pay if the business comes to a standstill by an insured peril. Okay. So guys, last question for round 1. Question 10. What additional cover does buildings combined cover provide that fire cover does not? Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is correct. Well done, guys. 79% of you guys got it right. Theft of landlords' fixtures and fittings is included in the cover for buildings combined, as well as then rent as a percentage of the insured amount, and also property owner's liability to a limited amount. So guys, that brings us to the end of round 1. So if we look at the leaderboard, we have Sumit there with 9 correct answers, Alreen in a close second at 8, and Kesh at number 3. Sure, Sumit and Alreen, your times are the same. Someone needs to either pick up speed or back out, because I don't know what's going to happen if we have a 100% tiebreaker, even when it comes to time. So guys, as we move then to round 2 of our quiz, round 2 is then roughly based on things that you might learn in Milpark's Advanced Certificate in Short-Term Insurance. This qualification is also accredited by the IISA to become an associate of the Insurance Institute of South Africa with the designation AIISA, as well as RPL for an international diploma with the CII with the designation DIP-CII. So guys, in the second step of your journey with us, we aim to equip students with more technical aspects of insurance industry, with specific electives as well for management positions, but also depending on this area of specialization. So let's get ready to rumble in round 2 of Mind 2022. Round 2, question 1. What term refers to a situation whereby a client receives the full claim amount following a claim because it exceeds a certain limit? Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I told you guys this is going to get tricky. So only 11% got this correct. It is indeed called a franchise. A franchise is then where if a specific limit is reached, the full claim is borne by the insurer. So these are usually used in fleet insurance, and they're usually very big amounts, and the specific purpose is to rule out small administrative intense claims. I have, however, also seen it in a personal lines policy actually once in South Africa, where the unspecified all risk was or all risks items was also insured on this basis. So very interesting. Okay. So guys, if you are, sorry, I forgot to say this after the end of round 1. Please remember that only the top 20 of round 1 went through to round 2. Okay, so we are, Mpo, you're in the elimination zone for round 2. So we will be seeing the leaderboard a little bit more clearly now. I can scroll down just a little bitty so we can see all the names here. Okay. So question 2. What is the exception to the rule when it comes to being held responsible for someone else's action? Ten seconds. Well done. 41% of you guys got it correct. The correct answer is indeed vicarious liability. And this is where a company is held responsible for the actions of their employees. So how I always explain it, and how I remember it, for instance, is in a brokerage situation. And if a representative gives the incorrect advice to a client and the client suffers a loss, it's not the broker, the person themselves that are held responsible, but the company. And it's for that reason that they also then take out professional indemnity insurance. So if we look at the leaderboard, Rushan is at top with 10 correct answers. Sumit in close dropped 1 place to second place with 9 correct answers. Irene is holding firm in third position. Then we have Reginald, and I see there's a lot of noise in the chat for Kesh. Come, Kesh. Come on, guys, we can do this. Okay. So, guys, before we go to question 3, I thought I would tell you another joke. And I know my jokes might not always be funny. Well, they're all funny for me. Okay. So why does a person who lies a lot not get insurance? Okay. It is because they are too much of a liability. Okay, anyway, let's bank that one there. Question 3. When calculating the indemnity of a business interruption claim, where the claim occurred on 1 May 2021 and the indemnity period is from May 2021 to August 2021, which is 3 months, what months will you use to calculate the payout to the client? 10 seconds. 2, 1. Well done. The correct answer is indeed May 2020 to August 2020. So the period used is then the exact time frame the year before the year before, and then you just add the trend on top of that. Okay. So whenever I always explain business interruption to my students, it's always I use a company that I insured, and you guys are going to think it's crazy, but I promise you this was a real company. They manufactured those massive Christmas decorations that you see in malls. So those massive balls and fairy lights, but the big ones. So obviously their stock and their turnover is dramatically different in, let's say, February than it is to when the decorations go up in October. Okay, so you cannot use the 3 months directly previous because it might not be the correct way to get indemnity for that specific client. So you look at the year before that period and you add the trend of the company. Okay, question 4. Which aviation convention laid down how a carrier's liability to passengers and freight should be dealt with? In 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's pretty much a four-way split there. But yes, the correct answer is indeed the Warsaw Convention. So the Warsaw Convention was arranged by the International Civil Aviation Organization with specific amounts that have through the years been adjusted in all the various conventions that they held, but it was initially agreed to at the Warsaw Convention with regards to carriers' liability to passengers and freight. Okay, so what that means is that there's a specific limit to how much each passenger can get should something happen and there's a big liability claim. Okay, almost halfway through to question 5. Cyber insurance tries to minimize losses. What specific risk, which is generally an exclusion, does it provide cover for? Is it speculative risk, reputational risk, peer risk, or business risk? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. 50% of you guys got it correct. It is indeed reputational risk. So cyber insurance will cover costs relating to public relations to minimize any reputational risk that a company might encounter following a data breach. So we are halfway through round 2 with our leaderboard with Rushan at the top with 12 correct answers. That is impressive. 12 out of 15. Well done. Sumit at 11 and Alreen at 11. Come Alreen, pick up the time. Then we have Tian and Kesh. Kesh moving up slowly but surely. Gisela says, go Lisa. Sunette says, go Jamie. Mariette says, go Arista. I also see a few names here that I recognize. Okay, question 6. Which of the following is not a basis on which to insure a motor trader's external policy? In 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Most of you, sorry guys, I know these questions are getting really tricky. So guys, the correct answer is an open driver policy, as an open driver policy is mainly used in personal lines insurance. And for motor trader, a motor trader's policy, if you want to cover all the employees in the company, you will use the wages basis. Okay, let's go to question 7. If an object falls on a machine, the impact damage would not be covered by a machinery breakdown policy. What engineering policy would cover this damage? Engineering. The correct answer is D, extraneous damage, which is also known as works damage, which covers you for physical loss or damage to plants and machinery caused by the impact from falling, dropping, swinging, overturning, or collision while the machine is on the premises. Okay. I see we only have 20 minutes left, so I'm going to have to pick up speed a little bit. Question 8. What principle is in conflict with the betterment condition in insurance if it is not applied? Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, so the correct answer is indeed A. The principle that it stands in direct conflict with is, as I explained earlier, the principle of indemnity. It states that a client is not allowed to make a profit or be placed in a better position as before the loss or damage. So, for instance, if you take an aircraft into consideration that has ingestion into his engine, so a bird or whatever flew into it, if the engine is then overhauled to 0 hours, and it might, for instance, already have 50 hours or 100 hours on it, then the owner will be placed in a better position as he was before, and he does not have to then pay for that maintenance to that engine. So it is just right that the client is then called to contribute to betterment. So it stands in conflict with indemnity. Question 9. For delictual action to succeed, a plaintiff must prove fault and a pecuniary valuation. What else must be proved? And yes, we threw in a little Latin just to shake things up a bit. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The correct answer is indeed B, a causal nexus, which is also known as a link. So this is one of the things that must be proved for delictual action to succeed. So if there is no link between the wrongful fault that is caused, a monetary value, and the plaintiff, then there will be no liability. Okay, final question. So guys, hands on those buttons, and if you can see there, all the yellow ones, like I said, we made this like the Grand Prix. So 11 to 20, you are in the danger zone. I'm not going to start singing now, although that would be cool. Okay. Question 10. What bond will protect a customer after the completion of a project should any structural defects be discovered? Performance bond, reticulation bond, site improvement bond, or a retention bond? Well done. The correct answer is indeed a retention bond. A retention bond protects you after the completion of a project. So these are usually used in the construction policies to get the contractor to come and fix defects following the sign-off of completion. A performance bond, on the other hand, ensures payment of the sum not exceeding the stated maximum of money in case the contractor fails in the performance of the contract. A reticulation bond, on the other hand, is used in respect to developed townships. So reticulation is the piping and the electricity, all the connections that is used, and that is then to be deposited to the town council. A site improvement bond is required by developers to guarantee successful completion of a subdivision of work to a public entity. So, congratulations to our top 10, which is then Rishan, Samit, Reginald, Tian, Alreen, Kesh, Shanrai, Franciscus, Arista, and Megan. Okay, yay! So guys, just a quick tip before we head into our third and final round. So our final round, we do up the ante a little bit. So if you are not super fast with arithmetic, so doing quick calculations in your head, go grab a calculator now. Round 3 in our final round is mind is then roughly based on things that you might learn in Milpark's BCom with short-term insurance. So guys, there's a very big distinction that I want you to note here. Our higher certificate and our advanced certificate is in short-term insurance. But our BCom is with short-term insurance, which means this is a full BCom qualification with a major in short-term insurance. So this qualification is also accredited by the IISA to become their highest member, a fellow of the Insurance Institute of South Africa with the designation FIISA, as well as RPL from the CII. So in this final journey, for now, wink wink with us, for now, yeah, we have plans. We aim to equip students with the in-depth knowledge of advanced insurance practices, but also with business knowledge like marketing, business management, and economics. So are you ready to rumble? Round 3. Question 1. What institute time clause in marine insurance, which would take cover beyond the normal expiry date, is imperative to ensure that your client remains covered if their vessel is at sea, in distress, or at port or refuge? 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done, you all got it right. The correct answer is indeed continuation, which will then grant cover for a vessel that's in distress. I did not see that one coming. Well done. Okay. Question 2. For an insurance company has a 3-line surplus treaty for its fire book. A fire policy is issued for a client for 400,000 Rand. Insurer retains 100,000. A claim is agreed to for 100,000. Following a fire, what recovery, if any, can the insurance company make from the reinsurers? The blue mean nobody got it. No! No, guys. The correct answer is A. A surplus treaty is also a proportional treaty. The correct answer is A. Okay? So let me try and explain this. Okay. So guys, for proportional, it will always be into specific percentage proportions. Okay, so if you have a surplus, you take your retention, you multiply it by the number of lines, which is 3. Okay, so retention is then 100 plus 300. So our full surplus capacity is 400,000. Okay, which means 25% goes to the insurer. So he will always be responsible for 25%, and 75% will then go to the insurer, or the reinsurer. Okay, so if you take those proportions through to the claim, 25% of 100,000 is 25,000. For all the BCom students that is still on here, please remember that for semester 2, which is starting in 2 weeks. It's very important. Okay. Okay, next one. Question 3. High inflation and increases in repo rates are currently being experienced worldwide. What impact will this have on insurance premiums from a demand and a supply perspective? Okay. The correct answer is C. I'll have the IT master triple check the answers. So guys, this was also a tricky one, but let's be honest, what in economics is not tricky. It's not my favorite subject, but here we are. So guys, purely from a demand and a supply concern, with high inflation and increase in repo rates, consumers will have less money, which will decrease the demand for insurance, especially since it is a grudge purchase of something that you cannot see, and if the demand drops, the price will decrease. Stagflation is just a very fancy economics word, which is also called recession inflation, and it is a situation in which the inflation rate is high, the economic rate slows, and unemployment remains steadily high. Okay, so that was just a trickster. So we're going to if we look at the leaderboards again, we have Rashawn, Samit, and Reginald at the top, with Tian, Alreen, Kesh, Shanae, Arista, Francisca, and Megan. You guys are still up in the running with 2 more questions to go. Question 4. What is the gross profit on the additions basis if net profit is 3 million, uninsured working expenses are 1.5, standing charges are 500,000, purchases are 2 million, and turnover is 7 million, with the opening and closing stock balances both at 0? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yay! The correct answer is indeed B. Well done. I'm so super proud. Yeah, there's way too much information in the question because I am the Riddler. So on the additions basis, you only need you add the standing charges to the net profit. Okay. So guys, on to our 5th and final question. What type of crop insurance involves an insured commodity being traded on the futures exchange? Is it crop revenue, crop yield, index-based, or crop income protection? The correct answer is A, crop revenue insurance, but I am sure you guys do not want to hear my explanation, because as we can all see, our insurance nerd of the year 2022 is Rushan Nana. Yay! Rushan today will be walking away with a beautiful trophy. I actually have it here. Well done. We will send it to you. Okay. You will also receive CPDs for a year from Milpark Education, a $250 CII voucher, entrance to the IISA virtual conference. And Rushan, are you ready for this? The biggest prize of 15,000 Rand Milpark Education voucher. A very, very, very big congratulations to you. We will be in touch soon regarding your prizes. So guys, just final arrangements from my side before we wrap up this incredible event. So there is a poll at the bottom, so should you require more information on our qualifications or want to get in touch, or if you want to get in touch with our corporate team and just discuss things with them, if you want to roll this out to a company or a group of people, we do offer specific programs designated specifically to your needs. I mean, we are currently in the process of developing even new material for corporates. So please get in touch if we can assist with anything like that. Then guys, finally, just before we close off, and in the spirit of Insurance Nerd Day, I want to just thank a few people. So our partners, Isaac and his team from the Chartered Insurance Institute, and Tokozile from the Insurance Institute of South Africa. Thank you so much for being part of this year's event again and sponsoring some amazing prizes. For everyone at Milpark, the head of school, Pichu, thank you for dealing with my team. Thank you for always being there and encouraging me. And also especially the marketing team, Sumala, thank you, Claudia, all of you guys, I really appreciate it. In the back end and the people that you cannot see, I want to thank James from STBB Attorneys for being our auditor of this competition. Sumila which I've already thanked. My husband, Mark, who wrote the system and is always supporting me when I come up with all these crazy ideas. But finally, and guys, most importantly, thank you all who attended today. It was incredible. We will be in touch soon with your CPD certificates and things. It was an incredible honor to host you at our second Milpark Insurance Nerd Day, and we look forward to seeing you again next year. Bye.